Hi guys, welcome to episode 2 of Dipuo with Nell Maklare. Thank you all so much for all the likes, the shares, the views. Greatly appreciated. The first video was a success. Let me breathe. And it means so much to me that you guys came through and you watched and you interrogated the material. I know it was just about me, but today we're doing something different. So just to start off, I'm just gonna mention the stuff I was wearing last week. So last week I was wearing a wig from My Glam Studios. I think they're in Alberton, and they had a special and I got the wig. And then my decor was my picture was from PEP Home, my top was from PEP, my hairband was from PEP, my hair clips were from PEP. So I was pepped up. One of the things I truly like right now is that PEP, or the buyers who buy for PEP, have literally started seeing that this is what people like. Previously PEP, we used to run away from it. When our parents used to buy from us, we used to think it was too cheap. And then now they've just like, Donna. That's what they've done. So thank you all so much for tuning in again. I hope all the outfit deeds will be good for you. I was like, yeah. Alright, thank you all so much. Keep tuning in, and we're about to start the actual episode. Happy spring to all of you. I know our spring day was very, very cold, but I do hope that you guys, like, are enjoying. I mean, the weather is looking up. I'm wearing a summer dress from you. I'm wearing the summer dress. I got it from Donna like last year or the year before. It's pretty cool. I look pretty awesome. These earrings, they're from Lovisa. I was gifted these from my, can I say? Okay. I was gifted this from my boyfriend's mom. So I greatly appreciate the gift. Thank you, Aunt Sala, or like I call her Ma. So as you can see in front of me, I've got a notebook. It's quite a deep topic. When I say deep, I mean it's you know. And the topic is introspecting self. Now, I had a conversation with a friend of mine, and he asked me, why is it introspecting self? Because introspecting is already self. I'm like, true, but the zoom, or rather the focal point of it, is the self. You, I, mine, me, myself, yours, you. And I was just like, it's redundant, but then it makes sense. So I'm just gonna go through. I have some notes here, so I'm just gonna go through them and just talk about it. Excuse me if I keep looking down. It's not because I'm not interested in you, because I'm definitely interested in you, but I want to go through these notes that I've written for you, just to show you that umugeli uya research uyabhala iya niyabona mar ngifundile mina. So I'm just gonna go in and scroll in. If you guys really want to talk about other stuff, please go into the comment section, comment, like, share, view, and do all these nice things, okay? And then let's engage, let's talk. Thank you all so much again for the previous video. I mean, the attitude, it's been nice, man, so we're just gonna go in, dive in, and talk about this introspecting self topic. So when I thought of this topic, I really thought about I really had to think about how in the past I didn't put myself first, or I didn't put myself in the forefront of the decisions I made. It was partly influenced by people, or the idea that this is where I should be in life, or like, okay, you know, I mean, I think also like our parents and our families have put these imaginative milestones to say, at this age you must achieve this, and at this age you must achieve that, and we have in turn taken it in and made it part of our stories to say, at this age I must do this, at this age I must do that. So according to the milestones that I had set up for myself, I, by the age of 25, was supposed to have built a house for my mom. You know, I'm supposed to drive an Audi, unfortunately. Then God was like, Wena, no, you will stay home and you will drive a small car. And lo and behold, yeah, I'm alive, grateful to be alive. But I think one of the things that I've done is, in the middle of all of this, I've had to unlearn and relearn putting myself first, because it's as if when life goes on, you are taught that once you start living and once your journey starts, you know, you live for others, you live for a child that you don't know if you're going to have or not, you're living for a house you don't know if you're going to have or not, and then you forget about yourself. And I mean, coming back to the topic, introspecting self. So who are you? Who are you? Who are you? You know, without the phone, without the iPhone, without the nice crazy job, without entrepreneurship, without money, if you had to describe yourself in 3 words, who are you? If today God was to take away the clothes that you're wearing, if today God was to take away all the money and all the your family, even if God was to take away all these materialistic things that we've attributed with achievement, with being aspirational, being inspirational, who are you? You know, I know for a fact it took me a long time to get to that point. And I mentioned in my previous video, like, you know, with a lot of pasharing, pasha, pasha, with a lot of speaking to God, like building that relationship, you know, I think also just like ridding yourself, or like, not like, how can I say it, skinning yourself of your old skin and like letting the new skin build. That was hard, and that also kind of put things into perspective. But who are you without your friends, without your family, without the nice job, without the car, without all of these things? Who are you? Are you where you want to be mentally? Are you where you want to be emotionally? Where are you? You know, I mean, I think one of the things that I gifted myself with was a conversation with a good friend of mine, Bitumelo, Paramezi, and I mean, she's like, I won't say she's a guru, but I will say there's an enlightenment and there's a switch that went on in her life, and she's shining, and it's shining, and she gives that light to each and everyone. I think the one conversation we had was at the cancer, the Avon Itemba walkathon, and we were walking and talking, and you know, I was just telling her the stuff I want to do, and she's like, why don't you just do it? She's like, I took a leap of faith in my life and I put myself first, and I quit my job because my job was not fulfilling me inside. It was fulfilling the things that I could get from it, you know. I was miserable and I left my job. And I'm not saying I'm gonna leave my job. No, I am saying though that I will put myself first, and if something seems toxic and it doesn't seem to be working for me, then I'll definitely be leaving it. So also, we've also let things like influence us, things, opinions, and the choices. And when I say this, it's how can, when you're a child, right, your mother teaches you to walk, but they also teach you the pace that you should walk at. They teach you on which side of the road to walk on. And I mean, that's part of growth, and that's part of honing the person that someone wants you to be. But then what happens when you grow up and now your parents are not there and you have to stand by yourself? You know, what happens when your friends, you outgrow friends, and these friends that you had, you adopted a certain behavior and now they're not there. So now how are you going to behave without them? Who are you? Who are you really? So if I had to describe myself in 3 words, and that's always very tricky, describing yourself in 3 words. Mine are passionate, and I'm caring, and I'm loving. And caring and loving go like this, and at the bottom they're joined by passion, because that's who I am. I had to discover who I was and unlearn who I thought I was. So again, going back to the first video where I mentioned something about my mental health, and that I have been diagnosed bipolar depressive, which is a mood disorder more than it is a personality disorder. I had to relearn myself, which was very hard. And relearning myself meant I had to dig deep and find who I really was. So like my friends used to say to me, like I'm someone who gets very worked up. I can like it's my nature. But I had to learn to be patient. I have friends that will test my patience, but then I learned that I love them. So, I'm a laugh because I'm a loving person. I love them with all their flaws. They love me with all my flaws. But I think one thing that I could take away from that experience was, and especially what led me to go to the hospital and say, doctor, this is what's going on, was that my aunt had said, we were talking about something very simple, and I got worked up. And it's like, why are you so angry? Why are you so angry? Why do you always constantly feel like you need to justify yourself? And that hit me hard. Like I cried, and I was so mad. But then I was just like, actually that's a wake-up call, because she's not the only person who said it. A lot of people around me have said it, and perhaps it's time I saw myself for who I really was. And having to look into the mirror, man, is so hard. It's so hard. I cried so many times because I had to rip away all the old skin and rebuild my skin, and open wounds that I had avoided, and put a bandage on and rip off the bandage and deal with it. And in that, I dealt with myself and I found myself. I introspected on who I was, what I stood for, what my purpose was, which I mentioned again. My purpose is to help others. And I was just like, yeah. So I'm not crying, it's the voice. One of the other things that I wanted to say, I think it's not a quote, but it's just what I wrote, is if you can't feed your mind, then you can't feed your body, you can't feed your pocket, and therefore you can't feed your dreams. That is very important to me, because just remember that everything that we do starts from here and it transcends into other things. And if we're not okay here and we're not prepared to live in our true selves, guess what? Ain't nothing gonna go right. So y'all gotta feed your mind so you can feed your tummies, you can feed your pocket, so you can feed your dreams. So I looked up 2 concepts. That one is Maslow's hierarchy of needs, and the other one is Ikigai. So Maslow's hierarchy of needs basically deals with 5 steps. So with each step, you're able to satisfy it, and then once you're done with that, you're able to satisfy the next. If you're able to satisfy the next, then you can go on and so forth. And what's important to know is that all of us are struggling, and I think not a lot of us can get to the last step. So I'll just tell you what they are. The first one is physiological needs. So clothing yourself, feeling warm, feeling love, feeling all those nice things. And then safety, having a home, having money, you know, like, and living like in your means, but also like not struggling, I guess. Love and belonging. We have good people around us, friends, family that really trust us and stuff like that. Esteem, which equals self. So we're able to live for ourselves, we're able to feel, we're able to just go through things and I can't say achieve them, but at this point you would be building your psychological needs, your mental needs, your emotional needs, you know. And self-actualization is basically when everything balances and you're living at your optimum or your optimal. I don't know which one it is, but the point I'm trying to make is that most of us are still stuck with esteem, and most of us can have afforded, have love, we have the things we need, we have nice lives, you know. We can go out in the middle of the month, spend 1,000 rand, and it will not pinch us. But if we don't have esteem and we cannot live in our true selves, then I'm in. Okay. And so this is how Maslow's hierarchy of needs usually looks like. I'm not a illustrator, but I definitely am somebody dedicated. The next concept is called ikigai. It's a Japanese concept of living in your purpose. So basically at this point you are balanced out. Like your life is amazing. It go, you know. I took that from Verify. But at this point, basically, you have a sense of purpose in life and you're motivated. This also entails the actions of devoting yourself and pursuits to your enjoyable things and associated with feelings of accomplishment. And this for me is how it makes sense, is when what you love, what you're good at, what the world needs, and what you can get paid for strike a balance. So what you love, what you're good at, what the world needs, and what you can get paid for strikes a balance. And all of those encompass passion, mission, I was just gonna say convocation, like convocation, I want to say vocation, and your profession. And when those things balance, then it means that everything else will work out. And it's so hard for us all to strike that balance to say, yeah, Gunje. I think I speak for myself when I say I'm quite young. And when I say young, I'm like 26. But I'm also getting to a point where I'm going to need to start making big decisions. And I'm just like, no, stuff me. But my true self, I know I can do it, you know. I don't expect to achieve self-actualization right now. I also don't expect to reach like the peak of like a sense of purpose right now, because I also feel like each and every person must go through the seasons of life. Sorry, I'm looking down because that girl. So the last thing I want to say, rebutting this whole session, is ultimately you're first. You need to come into being your true self. And that is hard because a lot of us don't know who we are. We have made things define us and find that we cannot be us. In order to be us, we need to teach ourselves to live with ourselves with the only definition being self. Not the things around us, not those around us, families, careers, but self. And that is how we change the world. My last words leaving the session is that I hope that you can look for yourself in yourself. You can find those 3 words inside of you. You can clear your mind of all the negativity and all the energy that isn't benefiting you in any way, and that all the things that don't matter fall away. That you too can be able to skin yourself and wear a different skin too. My name is Nell Machari from the Pool with Nell Machari. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope that we see each other in the next session. It's gonna be lit. Again, I said, where's that thing? Bring a notebook to the next session, please. Bring a pen as well. It's gonna be, yeah, informational. Thank you all so much for watching. Happy spring, happy spring, happy spring. Oot, 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 oot.